everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is Susie, and I have a fun project today. Now this here, I do not know who did it. I actually was at Barnes & Noble, and I was just skimming through the crafting magazines, like the journaling art, the different magazines. Actually, what I was doing is I usually like to look through the Somerset magazine before I buy it now, because it's so expensive and everything's so expensive that I make sure that there's something in there that piques my interest. So while I was there, I had just went through a lot of the little artful magazines that they carry, and I happened to run across this, and it wasn't the Somerset Studio. I'm not sure what magazine it was, but I happened to see these little tissue clusters, and all it is a patterned paper, your patterned tissue paper, where you make a dress, skirt, pajamas, whatever there. And so I have a great deal of these in the house, so I thought, I've got to remember that, so that I will dig out some of that patterned tissue paper and make some of these. So anyway, I can't remember exactly what all that they had done because all I was doing was skimming. I really didn't go in great detail. I just remember seeing it as I was flumming through the magazine there. So I made some, and I absolutely love them. So this here is just, I plan on making a journal at some point out of this Tracy digital. And so I made a few using a little bit of that digital, and I don't remember what that digital was called. I will try to look it up and put it in the description box if I can remember. When I go to edit the video, I will have it there. But anyway, it's just this, I love these little silhouette with the birds, and so I even fussy cut a couple of the birds out to put on here. So those were fun, and all they are is scrunched tissue paper, and I sewed these, but you don't have to sew the things to get them down. I actually have a glued one I can show you. And so here are just some I made with my Tim Holtz, really all the little pieces that I have, and I have so much Tim Holtz. So I made some out of that, and here I grabbed some little paper dolls here. And I just love these. You can staple them in a journal. They would be so cute. And just have them on hand. I just love them. I absolutely love them. So anyway, I wanted to show you. They're so easy to make. Now I stitched mine down just because I find it easier to scrunch and stitch. But here is one that I actually glued. And all I did was just take it and scrunch it and then glue in my little creases. So, and here you can still see I have some wet glue here where I've glued that down. But it will dry and you won't see it, which I don't know that you'd see it anyway, simply because you're going to have stuff on top of it. So what I did was I took my pattern and I kept it in the folded, and all I did was just unfold the pattern and just ripped a piece off. So this is just a ripped off piece of my pattern. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take and rip another little piece off. You can make so many of these, out of this tissue paper. It's just crazy because it doesn't take much tissue paper to make them. So you don't need a lot of that pattern tissue on hand. So what I do is I just take it and just tear you off. You can just tear it. It's not going to matter. If you want it a little straighter, just take it and work it. But you can make them as big as you want and as small as you want. But all you do is you just take it after you've tore a piece off and you just start scrunching it. Just start scrunching it up. And this is just exactly how I made those. You just scrunch them. And of course I take mine and I just go and I sew it around in the thing. Or you can just take it and also just start folding it. Not even scrunching, just taking and folding it up in places. And you can do that too and kind of scrunch it. So they're very, very easy to scrunch. And if you don't like it after you get it scrunched, just tear it the way you like it if you don't like an edging. Super fun, super easy. So that is all that's all the effort that takes. So here are the two. Like I said, this one I've stitched down. And then this one I just took in glue. And I did set glue in my little pockets here in the back. I've just put glue in there to hold them down. And in the front, just take your glue in your little creases. And so there are our little pieces for us to get started with. So all I did was just get a bunch of little Tim Holtz things out of one of my tubs, and so that's what we're going to use. And I've kind of got an idea already what I want to use. So I have this little Paris, and I'm going to use the little girls. Now these are out of the minis, out of our paper doll minis. I want to use those. And I'm actually going to use this little frame, which I really like to do a lot anyway, to frame these little girls out. But I want that Paris sticking up when I put it down. And then I think I'm going to staple that to the little frame right there. And I think that's going to be my little cluster. So let's get us some glue and go ahead and start sticking down. So I'm going to bring that up a little bit. And then if you notice something sticking up, just put a little glue on it there. So, oops, I think I want this to go over just a hair, but I may not be able to now. It's pretty stuck. I was thinking that was a little off center, but it'll be all right. All right, so I'm going to get a little glue on my girls here. And I want them to come down because I know I'm going to put that frame on them. And because I want that Paris to still show from the frame, we're going to go something like that. So let's get this stuck down. And I'm just going to frame them little girls out right there. And then if you wanted to, you could always add, add other things in. But I think as far as I'm going to do is I'm just going to staple this little 23 right there. And I don't think I have the staple by me. So I'll get my little tiny attacher here. And we're going to, well, let's just get it stuck down first. Let's just get it stuck down first. And then take this and just staple it to the frame. So there we go. How fun is that? That is so, and it takes nothing to make these. You could make these so quickly. Okay, so then I think I'm going to, let's see here. I think I'm going to use this. Now this is my glued down one, so it's nice and all stuck together. Okay, so let's get this stuck here. I'm going to do something like this on this one. So I'm going to use the little girls here. See, I got these little boys here too. I dug out a couple here for these, but I think I just want the two girls, so I want part of that there to show. And then I've got this, and I'm thinking I could probably cut that. Let's just cut a little bit of that off. And I can cut more if I need it. So I'm kind of thinking I want to do something like maybe that. Maybe we want it to go further down. And then maybe I have these little postage stamps, these little vintage that look like vintage postage stamps that I've just kind of cut apart out of the Tim Holtz pack. And I'm thinking maybe I'll do something like that. But it's so simple, guys. There's just nothing to these. And you can use up so many of these little bits of pieces. I know I've had these forever in the Tim Holtz. So it's just a good way to use up those little pieces that you've just had forever. So let's get this down. Okay. All right. And I'll get that little girl stuck down there. And let's get our little postage stamp. And then if you want to add the little element of a staple or something there, you can. You know, maybe I want to put a little staple here on the crease of that one just to add a little something. So anyway, guys, this is it. They are so fun and so easy. And like I said, you can make them as big as you want, or you can make them smaller. If you don't like how something's tore, just kind of tear it off and just make it your own there. Look at how sweet. I love these. You can make them tall. So I really had a lot of fun with this particular project. And like I said, I wish that I had noticed who had made these in that magazine, but I didn't. It was just that thumb through and it caught my eye. I did not look at who the creator was in the magazine. I just didn't even look. So anyway, there are our little pattern tissue clusters. So just love them. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.